and you would stand on the thing and it would spin you in circle, do a 3D image of you. And the first time I did it, I didn't know you were supposed to keep your like underwear on. So like I did like a 3D scan of my body and I was just like zooming in. I'm like,
what's that
what
guy?
the hell? This is so weird. I'm like, please don't let anyone else have access to this. Like, I hope the gym like trainer doesn't have access to these files. It's been a while since we've done one of these.
It's very true.
Record amount of time.
Yep.
Like 3 weeks or something. But we would have had one out last week, but
Yeah, that was sad.
it was sad. When I was filming with Lyle, who's been on the show before, we were in ice baths and we set up all the recording equipment outside and it just, the audio just stopped recording. So
Got too cold.
too cold, too wet. I don't know. Hopefully it's working tonight though.
Yeah.
So we're going to try the ice bath again, maybe next weekend, and hopefully we don't lose anything.
That's good.
And we get it recorded.
Yeah.
It was so good too. It was like, he was asking really good questions and
What did you talk about?
I can't tell you because it might be on the next episode.
Well, that'll be weird to just have the same conversations over again.
Yeah, we probably won't have the same conversations again, but we might. I don't know. So I don't want to spoil it.
Like the rehearsal.
Like the rehearsal. Yeah. Have you seen the rehearsal on HBO? I know you have.
Yes.
I'm talking to the viewer now.
Oh, nice.
If you haven't watched it, if you haven't seen it, it's really good.
Yeah.
You had never seen Nathan For You, right? So what was your experience like watching the rehearsal? Because
It's just like everything is so extreme.
yeah,
Like there's nothing.
it's like when you think he won't take it further, he does.
Yeah.
Or something crazier can't happen,
Yes.
it does.
It was good.
But like, what was your? Because have you ever seen a show like that before?
No.
Yeah. And so now we're watching Nathan For You because we ran through that.
It's like the weirdest concept for a show.
I know, it's so unique.
Like someone's just like fever dream.
Yeah.
Like so many episodes in a row.
Yeah. I know. I think that's why I like it so much because there's not really anything like it.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me.
Yeah. So weird.
And I think just awkward, like awkward moments are really funny anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just so much of that.
You think he's like actually like that in real life though? There's no
I think he's
way.
like sort of like that, but he's definitely playing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing himself, but he could definitely be playing it up because he's an actor.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what we've been watching.
Yeah.
I've also been consumed with this program that generates images. So it's like an artificial intelligence generator. So if you type in, like you could literally type in anything and it'll generate something and it's like shocking, like how good it is.
Sometimes it just looks like prophetic art to me.
Well, maybe people don't know what prophetic art is.
Well, it's like church art.
Church art. So, right. Go ahead.
It's like someone like during a worship service has like a canvas set up and is painting.
Yeah.
And then they just like hang these finished works in like old people's houses.
Okay.
But I've seen like on, I don't know, probably on Facebook, honestly, like people like doing those AI generated things of like angels, like in times. I'm like, this is just
prophetic art.
Someone's weird church art, but that's what it all looks like.
But that's got to be really weird for people who haven't been to a church where they're up there doing art.
That's true. It's very niche.
Yeah, it's pretty unique and niche.
Yeah.
And the art doesn't ever seem to be good.
That's very true.
So I think the AI generated images would be better. Maybe they should go up and put up a screen and just type in angels.
Maybe.
On everyone.
Yeah, see what happens.
So I'll throw up, I'll just type in prophetic art, angels, like in a church service or something.
Yeah.
And I'll throw that up so people can see what we're talking about. But this thing is insane. And I'm a graphic, like I went to school for graphic art and design. And I'm a creative director for a nonprofit that we work for. So I'm always doing graphic and video stuff. So anything that's like this thing is like cutting edge. Like there's so much potential with this software, like to generate images. It's just wild to me. It's crazy. Yeah. So I've been doing so much of that.
That's true.
I might do a live where I'm just like type in whatever, and we're just gonna
butts.
Just type in butts. I think that might be blocked.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't like generate like racy things.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, that would be bad.
They set some limits on what the computer can imagine for you, how you can collaborate with them.
That's good for like 12-year-old boys.
For sure. I don't think 12-year-old boys have access to this technology yet, but maybe. Know. You never know. And kids are always like...
They're way ahead of us.
Yeah, that's true. And also, I got a message from ASRV this week. Wow. Which is crazy. Because I've been wearing their stuff forever, working out in it.
Yeah.
They said they're going to send me a care package, which is crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but...
What do you think is going to be in there?
So many goodies.
Headbands.
I hope there's headbands in there and socks and hats and shirts and I don't know, anything they want to send me. I'll wear just about anything that they make. So,
is there anything they make you wouldn't wear?
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say.
But there is.
There is. Yeah. There definitely is. I'm super particular about it. It's funny because they sent the message like the day after I had announced that I'm going to do my own merch.
It's because they're watching you.
I don't think so. I don't think they're watching me that closely, but I am in the process of getting like a cutoff and an oversized tee made with my branding on it, and it's got to pass all the Perkfitt inspections.
Cool checks.
The cool checks, yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll definitely be something that I would wear.
What's going to be in your inspection list?
The color is huge, and then the fit, obviously. I mean, those are the two main things, and then the quality of the quality of the
not a long list.
Yeah, it's a really short list. It doesn't have to be crazy for me to want to wear it. You know, I wear pieces from like H&M, and then I'll like wear an Acne Studios shirt. Like,
yeah, is it going to be sustainably made?
No, I mean maybe. I don't know. Probably not, because I think the source. I don't know where it's coming from. I can't verify that. I don't know. I don't know anything about it yet, so I'll try to look into that, but probably not.
Oh.
We might do some carbon offsetting.
No.
Why not?
It's not the same as like child labor.
Okay, but it's still a good thing. That
sometimes
is countering maybe a bad thing or not so good thing.
I don't know.
Okay.
Hard to say.
Well, I guess we should do a poll. Like, is carbon offsetting, should you do it? I think probably everyone would say yes. Maybe. And then how does it compare to like child labor?
Oh, wow. Yeah, very different.
It's not a one-to-one.
No way.
Okay. Well, maybe we don't need to do a poll then. Okay, we think we figured it out.
I think it's settled.
Okay, thanks for that. So that's what's been happening.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think we're caught up. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of people messaging me, asking me where the episode was, where the next episode was, which was really encouraging.
That's nice.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I had people message me and say that they were doing your workouts.
Really? Mm-hmm. Who messaged you that?
Actually.
You don't have to say their name, but what? Huh? What? Just describe their relationship to you.
I know them.
But how? How do you know them?
I've had a few people say it to me.
Okay. But are these like, how close of friends are they? Are they like?
Some close, some not.
Some far. Some
near,
close.
far.
Okay.
Wherever they are.
All right, look. I won't pressure you on it. You don't have to answer any more questions. Maybe you could ask me a question and then we'll just go from there.
Okay. If I don't diet due to financial reasons, but hit the gym 5 to 6 days a week, will I see progress?
My gut reaction is no, you won't. Probably not.
What would you, so say someone's like, hey, I have a really strict budget. Like I can only spend $50 to $75 a week on groceries.
Sure.
Like what would be your like meal plan recommendations?
Yeah. Well, I would just send everybody to Aldi's to get a bunch of, like chicken and rice. Probably the most economic way to do it. But saying that you can't diet because of financial reasons doesn't really. That's kind of a cop out because, yeah, you can build you can at any budget you can make a meal plan that will help you reach your goals for sure, no doubt.
But what would you do?
It would just be like, it would be awful because it would just be chicken, rice, like broccoli. It'd be a lot of vegetables, chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, and lean turkey, and I mean, not far from what I'm eating right now, probably. But yeah, I remember I just graduated from college and I was like living on my own for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like no money. I was getting paid nothing. And like my first priority was like gym membership calculated into all my expenses. I was living on my own for the first time, like paying rent, and the gym budget was like the second thing after rent as far as like, can I make this work? And then after that, it's like there's no money left for anything. And so trying to get food was, I remember like getting paid and like doing a grocery haul, and being like, leaving the store and being like, I spent probably like $50 on food, and it felt like I spent like $300 on food. And at Aldi's, I feel like that's like you get some more bang for your buck.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I would feel so good like driving home with all of those groceries. But I made it. Yeah. I build my meal plan around what I could buy or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, yeah. I mean, you're probably restricted in what you can eat as far as the variety, but you can always, on any budget, create a meal plan that will help you reach your goals for sure.
Do you ever get injured and have to stop training?
No, I don't. Not really. I mean, in the scheme of things, I've been injured before and then kept out of the gym, but I think like in the past couple of years, I've really prioritized like movements that are safe, and then making sure that I execute them properly and not jumping on a weight that I know is most likely out of my range. And what I mean is like, sure, you should be progressively overloading, and if you're in a caloric surplus, you're going to get stronger. But if you just are like, I'm just going to go push weight that I've never pushed before, like that's a quick way to get injured. So, I mean, I'm knocking on wood because I've never gone like I've gone years without getting injured.
Yeah.
To the point where it would keep me out of the gym and keep me from making progress. So, but again, that's because I prioritize safe movements. And then, make sure I'm doing the movement properly and not too much weight.
What's the unsafest movement you've ever done?
Well, it depends because like probably the most unsafe movement I think done correctly is deadlift. Like there's so many things that could go wrong. Like even if you do the lift correctly, I mean, it's probably a low percentage of you getting injured, but it's so much higher than any other movement really. But if you take the like, I'm not doing the movement correctly and I'm going to try to use this machine.
Yeah.
Like that would be something different. It would either be like someone trying to squat that has no idea what they're doing.
No, what I'm saying, you personally.
What?
What's like the most unsafe thing you've ever done in the gym?
Oh my God, I don't know. I've done a lot of unsafe things. I've been working out since I was like 13. So I've done a lot of unsafe things in the gym. I think probably trying to max out using reverse bands. So what I would do is there's a technique where if you hang bands from the top of the squat rack and you set up like a bench press station in there, the bands will pull the weight off of you. And so it helps with your explosion. So the first like half of your press of your bench press is like easy peasy. And then the second half, it starts to get really hard and you start to feel the full weight of the, like what's on the bar at the top. So it's like you're getting assistance at the bottom half of it. Anyway, I like just loaded it up. I think I had like 5 plates on there, and I was like trying to go to the next level, and the weights like just
trying to die.
I was just trying to, I was just a kid, not thinking through all like, the possible outcomes.
Yeah.
And I think one of the stoppers on the end came off, and then they just went nuts. And then thankfully I didn't get hurt, but like all the weight went off one side then the other, and they're on bands. So it was like drawing a bow back and like sending the barbell like into the fucking ceiling. And it was like, luckily I didn't break any mirrors. Like the barbell went flying and no one was injured. I was just
so embarrassed.
Were
you just like, okay, that's it for the day?
Oh yeah, you bet. I was out of there. I like didn't look up for like 2 weeks. I just was at the gym with my head down. Yeah, it was really bad.
What's the best way to calculate my body fat percentage?
There's only one real way to do it accurately, and that's with a DEXA scan. And that you're gonna pay for that, and they're not. You're gonna pay for that if you get one of those scans.
You'll pay.
You're gonna pay for it because you're gonna find out exactly how much body fat you have, and it's probably higher than you think in most cases. There's a ton of different ways that you could measure it. I don't think any of them are accurate, but like we had a scanner at the gym that we went to in California, and you would stand on the thing and it would spin you in circle, do a 3D image of you. And the first time I did it, I didn't know you were supposed to keep your like underwear on. So like I did like a 3D scan of my body, and I was just like zooming in. I'm like,
what's that
what
guy?
the hell? This is so weird. I'm like, please don't let anyone else have access to this. Like, I hope the gym like trainer doesn't have access to these files.
Just like soft porn.
Oh my God. Just like a grayed out, like 3D model of me and my dick. So that gave me a number, but I don't think it was super accurate. And then, I mean, if for the sake of just like a metric and like trying to make progress, you could do one of those scans. You could do calipers. You just leave your underwear on if you do one of those scans. There's a ton of different ways you could do it. But if you just pick one and then consistently do that as you're making progress towards your goals, I mean, you could use it as a metric to see how much, you've lost or whatever. But it's not going to be as accurate. It's not going to be accurate. Like you have to get a DEXA scan.
Why does it matter?
Well, I think it matters to some people. What they set a certain body fat percentage as a goal and they want to get there. Yeah.
So I asked my followers to ask questions because you always ask yours and then you see them ahead of time.
What do you mean?
I asked mine.
What do you mean you asked
I hid you
yours?
from my stories.
What?
Yeah. How do you navigate season changes and maintaining fitness/motivation?
That's like a different stage of life.
Yeah.
Different season of life. How do you manage that?
Like how do you stay motivated?
Yeah. So like probably the most common change that would affect, at least for my clients, is like having a baby or like they're having a change with their work and now they work like night shift or they have to work like crazy hours or they work like 10 hours a day or something and they have like virtually no time to go to the gym.
Yeah.
That can definitely take the wind out of your fitness sails for sure. But I think it goes back to what I said motivates me the most is like setting a very clear goal and giving myself a deadline. And so maybe you need to be more realistic about how long it's going to take you to get there.
Yeah.
If you're in a season where you're like, I I'm working 10-hour days and I
Yeah.
can only get to the gym for like 45 minutes, or I can only get to the gym for like 3 or 4 days a week, or less. Like you just have to, I think you just have to manage your expectations and set realistic goals.
Yeah.
But setting goals is, I think, the key motivator for me. And I think it would be for you if you made realistic goals. If you're like working 10-hour days and you're like, I'm going to lose like, 40 pounds and in like 3 months and be shredded. Probably not. And then your lack of progress is definitely going to like pile on.
Yeah.
To like, you're unmotivated already.
Yeah.
So it's going to be realistic and set goals.
Great answer.
I can't believe that you asked people.
Surprise questions.
This is good.
We can cut this out if it's not good.
Okay.
Someone asked, what are you most proud of in your relationship?
My relationship with what?
Me.
With you?
Yes.
What am I most proud of?
Yes.
That we're not divorced. That we're still together.
No.
Can you, because 2 divorces would be, that's like
Real bummer.
the equivalent of like, I mean, there's some real social shame. I already get enough. So that's why I try to get ahead of it with jokes and things.
Wow.
Because there's so much shame from
That's
it.
a shame.
Like failure.
Oh, wow.
Relational failure.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's probably a very real answer for me. But what am I most proud of?
Yeah.
I think obviously our baby, that we made something so insanely beautiful, and like it's crazy that we like made her, and then we're like picked out a name. We named her. I'm like, think about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That you named a human being. Like you're responsible. You created a human.
Yeah.
And you're responsible for them, and you named them.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That's like the equivalent of like God telling Adam and Eve they can name things. Like it's so epic.
Yeah.
You know?
Now we have to raise her.
Yeah. Super. It's not super easy,
No.
but she's so cute.
I know it.
And then now when I come home from work and she sees me, she just goes
So happy.
big smiles and then just crawls as fast as she
Yes.
can over to me. So yeah, I'm super proud of that.
Yeah.
That baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Generally, do people need to work harder in the gym?
That's a good question. Generally, I think generally, I would say most commonly, like the issue that I see with clients and people who are not making a lot of progress in the gym is not necessarily a lack of effort. I think if I could go back in time like 10 years and with the information that I have now about fitness and training, and just have a conversation with myself, like the amount of information that I would get, the value in that information is so much greater than like the effort that I was putting in at the gym at the time. Like I was killing myself, not seeing progress, and that's because I was missing some information. And that was not understanding macros properly, not really understanding progressive overload, and not understanding like I need to be in a caloric surplus if I want to gain muscle, and I need to be in a caloric deficit if I'm trying to burn fat and see my abs. So yeah, I think most people don't need to work harder in the gym. They need to work smarter, and they just need more information.
Yeah.
And you could sign up for my coaching program and I could tell you that information. I could guide you.
Yeah.
Right. But it doesn't have to be me. Like find someone that can teach you, or a source of information that can help you better understand what you're doing in the gym, and what you need to do in the kitchen.
Do you do split workouts, or do you isolate one muscle each day?
Oh, that's a good question. Because a lot of the workout videos that I post are just one muscle group, and that's not how I train. Like I train shoulders with with biceps, which is a little different. Most people do back and biceps, but I do shoulders and biceps together. Well, I think that, I don't know how true this is, but this is just like a Perkfittism. This is like a personal belief that your biceps, because your biceps get hit so much from doing back movements. I'm like, I want to train them when they're least expecting it. Not, I mean, like when they're, when they're not, when they're not getting trained through other ways. Like I want to hit my biceps and only hit my biceps in that session. And if you do them with back, you're not doing that. Like you're hitting both during back movements. So that's why I do it. But there are two muscle groups that I train solo, like for the day, and that's back and legs. And it's because they're two of the biggest muscle groups. They are the two biggest muscle groups on your body. So I think giving them a full session, giving them the attention they deserve. Yeah.
Treating them right
is important. Yeah. Treating them back muscles.
Yeah.
And them leg muscles right. Because you know what happens if you don't treat your leg muscles right? Everybody will just make fun of you for skipping leg day. A lot of social shame.
Has that happened to you?
Not in a long time. Yeah. Yeah.
But it used to?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I used to not really train legs that much.
Yeah. How's that for you?
It's kind of like my divorce. I would put it in the same category.
I don't think so.
And then put it behind me.
I think they're two very different things.
Well, I would say it's in the same category as far as the shame.
Oh, I don't think that's true.
Well, I guess no one's ever told you that you had tiny legs and you should never skip leg day.
No, definitely the opposite. So.
Okay, well, I'm saying if someone did say that to you, you would feel a ton of shame, and it might be comparable to a divorce.
I don't think so.
I know. I know that. I know that you don't think that, but everyone out there that has ever been told, like, or asked if you skip leg day, and it was maybe true, ton of shame.
Well, I would like to ask those people if they've also been through a divorce and if they feel like it equates, because I really don't think that it's going to
Well, I'll find out. I'm going to poll everybody. I think it's probably just a few people, probably a handful of people that have both of those qualifiers, but we can find out.
Yeah, I think it's different.
Okay, well, agree to disagree on this is my podcast.
Is it?
Well, it's our podcast. Yeah, I guess it's not mine. And one of the proudest things that we've done. Next week, or I don't think I should ever.
No, don't promise anything.
Yeah, promise anything. But the plan is to do an ice bath podcast with Lyle Phillips.
Great.
And we did an ice bath. We used to do these things called Recovery Sunday, which we talked about in the episode that we did, where we would take an ice bath and whatever, and recover. And so we did one recently. We brought it back, but we only had these two like really small moving tubs, like totes.
Yeah.
That we did them in, and people were outraged.
Yeah.
Like I've never had so much response from about us, how weak our ice bath was. So we've upgraded our equipment, Tony, and we now have.
Who's Tony?
It's a quote from.
Oh, I thought you were addressing like one specific Instagram heckler or something.
No.
Tony?
No, I was quoting something from Iron Man. But we upgraded to like 100-gallon.
$100,000.
$100 million. We're rich. We put a full pool in the back and filled it with ice. Now I went to Tractor Supply. This is a hack if you want to get, if you don't want to get ridiculed for your small ice bath, you should go to Tractor Supply, get the 100-pound, like feeding trough or whatever plastic thing. It looks like a little tub and super comfortable, and you can fit yourself and others in there. You could probably do two people in it. Lyle and I are not going to be sharing an ice bath on the next episode. But
oh my god!
No, we can't share.
So funny.
No. We bought two of them, so we need to use them separately. But we will be coming. We'll be coming to you from the ice bath, hopefully next week.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks for listening and watching. And and just being here. We appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. Okay.
Good night.
What do you want?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you said, can I?
He said good night.
This is a podcast for people who do gym stuff
and others do.
stuff too.